This amazing campus at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville has so much to offer, from clubs and organizations to sport teams and job opportunities. However, today I would like to discuss a concerning issue: the fort. Fort Sanders is a historic neighborhood located right next to UT's campus. According to the Knoxville News Sentinel, it's the site of an 1863 battle that helped seal the Confederate defeat in East Tennessee. Unfortunately, due to the passage of time as well as neglect, this area has become a dilapidated shadow of its former self. Therefore, my plan is to ask UT to buy a little piece of the fort every year to renovate and rebuild, which would allow the school to expand and build nicer residence halls and classrooms, as well as solve the main problem with the fort. Every day, college students walk or drive through the fort to reach their apartments and dorm rooms. Every weekend, students drink and party in this unlit area. And every month, everyone on UT's campus receives an alert from the UT police. This first email is from January 8th and informs us that the UT Police Department is investigating an armed robbery in the parking garage of Volunteer Hall. On January 23rd, a mere 2 weeks later, UT Police sent out an alert concerning several recent auto thefts on campus. Finally, on February 4th, again about 2 weeks after the previous incident, everyone received an alert warning us of a person with a gun near 13th and Highland Avenue. These incidents are just a sampling of the many alerts I have received during my first year on campus. One week I even got 2 alerts 2 days in a row. If at least part of the fort belonged to UT, the area should be more closely monitored by the UT police, and more blue lights should be added for security. Since it is surrounded by the city of Knoxville, it is difficult for UT to expand. Many of the buildings are much older than I am. Although I love historic buildings, I, along with many other students, would prefer to live in updated dorms and to learn in updated classrooms. Some buildings are beautiful and precious to this school, but others should be renovated or rebuilt. UT is on the right track with renovations for Hess Hall and Laurel Hall, which actually used to be part of the fort. Buying more of the fort would mean that the university would have more space to build brand new dorms like Fred Brown, as well as rebuilding and improving buildings like the University Center. However, I do understand that this task is controversial, and I am not suggesting that the fort should lose its historical value. Instead of destroying each building, I suggest that many of them be renovated. According to Stanton Webster, president of the historic Fort Sanders Neighborhood Association, it's trying to find common ground with the university so they can grow in a way that's sustainable not only to the university, but to the neighborhood as well. Although most residents in the fort are students, other private residents are unwilling to move. The Danzero family serves as a perfect example. According to the Knoxville News Sentinel, the same university that has made living in Fort Sanders so attractive to the family now wants to purchase their home and possibly demolish it to make way for a new science building. The family has lived in their home since 1996 and has spent thousands of dollars on it. This historic house is where they want to raise their children. In these cases, I suggest this strategy. Homeowners remain in their houses for the rest of their lives, but their children cannot inherit it. This idea could be a good compromise for both sides of the argument. Maybe, sometime in the future, part of the fort could look more like this: clean, pretty, and functional areas for students and other Knoxville residents to enjoy. Fort Sanders could even become a tourist attraction, complete with historic houses and important monuments, therefore preserving only the best aspects of this neighborhood.